Yo, what is going on, guys? S3E Gaming back once again in my Greg Tech world in episode 6. And I just scrapped the entirety of episode 6 that I had made because I thought it was pretty boring. So I don't really remember what I did because that was a day ago. I guess I don't remember what I haven't covered in the videos, so let's just go through what I did real quick. Cooking for blockheads. This mod is kind of awesome. I didn't know how good it was, but basically just sort by the foods that you can make based on what you have in like your inventories, which doesn't get much simpler than this. And you make the stuff. Like it's super good. I made a bunch of beef Wellingtons. These are pretty easy to make, so I just got the stuff I needed. Yeah, really no issues there. Butter potatoes, a classic. And then I made some chicken pot pie. So sure. And then in the meantime, I just kind of eat like berries or something to reset my hunger. Because you're supposed to have 2 lunch bags to fully reset it, but I don't have that right now. I mean, I can get it pretty easily, but I have enough. So up here we had an extra water tank. Redid the water piping, so we have the water pipe going over there now. And then we're going to make more of these pretty soon. So these are the advanced solar boilers. They aren't that bad to make at all. So the real bottleneck is the silver. You need triple silver plates, and we still are using the inefficient plate recipes, so I think you need like 12 or something. You need quite a bit of silver to do each of those. But we're getting there. More mining, we're doing it. I reorganized a little bit over here. I need to look for a new spot for the small coal boiler. Not sure where yet. But we shuttered the pipes now, so you want to do this. I forgot about this mechanic, but you want to do this at there's no backflow in your devices. So if I had these not shuttered, there might be a propensity for it to flow back up the pipe, and it would just be confused and not go where I want it to go. So by shuttering the pipes, making them go in a certain direction, you are preventing backflow. So now all the steam goes where it needs to go. So it only sees the arrows as valid options for the flow path. The other new things, we have a steam extractor now. Haven't used it yet, but we'll use that for rubber pretty soon. I should just batch craft a whole bunch of rubber. And then the steam grinder. So this is a macerator, but it does 8 times parallels, and it does them cheaper. So you save on steam. This thing is awesome. Like the best machine ever. I'm probably going to make multiples of them because it's pretty nice. The only problem is that it doesn't output the dust automatically. I don't know why, but you're going to need a conveyor belt, which is just LV. We can go to LV and get conveyor belts pretty easily. So I'm going to work on processing all this stuff eventually. It's going to take me a little while because I don't have enough steam production right now. I might have enough silver to get another one of those boilers, but let's see if I do. No, I'm like totally out of silver. Unless I have some hiding somewhere. No, I need to get more silver. Okay, I have 7 plates here. I didn't even realize I was holding them. So we're actually close to a second boiler. You need 9 plates. So I can work on that and get pretty close to that. Another mining trip, we should be good to double our production. Realistically, I probably want like 8 of those. But to get that amount of silver is going to be a little bit annoying. We're probably going to stick with like 2 or 3 and then try to get to LV and then get the Twilight Forest portal. So that's my plan. All right, so what's up next? We are compressing a ton of fire clay down right now. And I don't think there's a quicker way out of this. No, there really isn't. So I just got to wait like an hour for all this fire clay to compress. And then from there, you know what we got to do? We got to smelt all these, which doesn't take that long. And then we go and we hit these with the concrete plus gypsum combo. And I'm just going to make as many as I can. I think I did the math right. This should give me a quadra blast furnace. So if my math is correct, that is what that will do. So of course we have a whole lot of gypsum here. I think I have enough calcite. I'm not sure. But if I don't, it's a little bit close. It's not a lot. If I don't have enough calcite, we can go and get more. And by the time I get it and process it, we'll be ready. Okay, I have a bunch more in here too. So I think we're good. Because I'm going to need like 64 crafts of the bucket, I believe. So combined with this, we have enough. All right, so that's not bad at all. And I might actually make even more than 4 of them. Maybe we'll go for like 8 or 6 or something. I don't know. But right now, we're going to go with 4, and we're going to be happy with that. Okay, other issue that I need to solve probably pretty soon. I think the blast furnace issues is going to get solved first, but The next multi-block that I want to make is the steam oven. So over here, this thing is so nice. A little bit pricey right now for me though, because if we take a look at what you need to make this, high pressure boiler tank, that is a lot of steel casings. So each of these comes out of a plate. Well, right now it does. That's the inefficient recipe. But each of these comes from a plate, and 3 steel makes 2 plates. So that is 9 steel to make that. Plus 2 steel for the screw. So it's 11 per. That's 44. And then we have all this. It's not happening right now. It's not happening. Each of these is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably even more than that because I'm using inefficient recipes. It's gonna be a lot of steel, and I can't deal with it right now. My production is too slow. So once we 4x the production, it should be quicker. Okay, the problem with 4xing the steel production, we need to drastically upgrade our charcoal production. So the next problem we got to solve is how I'm going to produce more charcoal. So I guess let's take a look at that while we're waiting for this stuff to go so slowly. And I have some ideas. I have multiple ideas. I need to put some stuff away, and then we'll start working. All right, so real quick, we're going to upgrade some of the machines. So it says these actually use the same amount of steam, but they're just quicker, so why wouldn't you use that? Looks like it doubles the usage rate. That's the main reason, but the compressor's usage rate is quite low. It's like I wouldn't want to do this for the forge hammer right now, but when we upgrade our systems a little bit, I also wouldn't want to do it for the alloy smelter quite yet, because they both use quite a lot. So maybe this one will upgrade, and I guess we could do the extractor too, because I'm going to start using this very soon. I want to start working on LV tier stuff. So down here, we can make rubber. This is unfortunately an alloy smelter recipe right now, which is a little bit bad. And that's going to take a lot of steam and a lot of time because it's going to have to be like piecemeal right now because I don't have enough steam production. But we'll get through it. And then you need to waste a lot of copper making this these absolutely awful recipes. You're going to see how bad they are. They are hilariously inefficient, and we're going to pretend like that's not going to happen. And we're just going to blow through a ton of copper. And then you get your first circuits. And then we have steam turbine, and then we're happy. So that's in the future. A lot of things going on simultaneously right now. This is kind of how I roll in this. I start to multitask like crazy, which is a way to do it. I don't know. I feel like it saves me time, but it also confuses me because I start to get too many things on my plate. But we're going to get through it, so... First up is steel upgrades, not steam upgrades. Steam upgrades are after that. It's time to get these furnaces built. So I'm finally done. That took quite a while. It's actually the next day again. I've probably been slow and inefficient, but it's whatever. Okay, so we can make a quadra furnace now. I'm pretty sure I counted it right. Just a matter of where. You want to go far enough away, but not too far away. And let's just put them right here. It's a little bit out of the way, but it's still close up to my base. Let me turn the block volume back up. I had it off because the machines are bugging me. But yeah, this looks fine. We'll clear this little area out, and then we'll put it right here. Yeah, there it is. We didn't miscount. We're good. And then we'll split this in 4. So this is the problem, actually. The charcoal is going to be in short supply right now. So that's the next thing we're gonna resolve. What? I split it in 4, didn't I? Oh, I somehow put 2 in that one. Yeah, that might be enough for an hour of smelting. So let's run back to the house real quick. First off, I gotta grab more iron. Secondly, let's check out the progress of this. Okay, so I'm making more coke ovens, as you could obviously tell. And by more, I mean a ridiculous amount more. I gotta keep that going. So my goal is to just make as many as I can bear to make at the moment. And just keep filling them with wood and keep going and compressing the blocks down. kind of the only thing I can do right now. So we're going to do that. I'm going to make a little bit of a staging area for the coke ovens too, just so I'm more organized and have them in a straight line and stuff. So we'll do that. And then eventually we'll get ready to go to the next phase of producing charcoal, where we're going to automate it. But I think I need LV for that, because I don't really see how I'm going to do that without a farming station. So we're going to take our time with it. It's all right. And I'm going to figure out where I'm going to put all these new coke ovens, because I need a little bit of an area that's going to be like future-proof, because I want to also be able to automate it very soon. All right, we made a new little area up here. So I want to do a little bit of verticality with the early game base, so we went staircase up, and then we're going to build up there. So I like the way this is going. I put a pillar in here because I felt like I need a little bit of a dividing barrier. Just that's the single block I feel makes the flow of the floor plan feel better to me. I gotta move all this stuff out of the way. I'm just lazy to move these chests right now. I'll figure out a better spot for them soon. I forgot if I told you, but I added a new advanced solar boiler as well. So we have 2 of them now. And the 2 is all that you need for the small pipes. So I have to upgrade my pipes soon. So what I'm probably going to hope to do is upgrade the potent, or potent? I don't know how you say that. Maybe potent, because I'm not sure. But the thing with this is you need lead, a little bit of bronze, and tin. So the lead we only are going to be getting from the Twilight Forest. So that's another reason to want to go there. So Twilight Forest is lead plus silver. That's the main things we need it for right now. I have a bad block right here. What happened? My water pipe like glitched out. Don't like to see that. Is this chunk loaded? Maybe it's not. No, that one definitely is. We'll just get all of them just in case. Okay, back to the main topic. So the thing I'm doing right now is just ore processing. So we have sulfur now that is ready. And 2 stacks should be enough for the time being. My alloy smelter is still occupied by coke oven bricks, so maybe we wait a minute. Oh, you know, I could take this reward. Yeah, I'll take the rubber. And then speaking of rubber, that's what I'm getting towards. So you can put together raw rubber and rubber dust, and you can get rubber bars. And the bars need to be done in the alloy smelter, I believe. Yeah, like this. Actually a pretty quick recipe. I have so much of this I want to get through. I mean, you still need steel to make these, but we can get multitasking if I do this right now, so let's do that. And then we'll send it like that. And then we'll keep moving on. So it's just a lot of waiting right now. Maybe, I don't know if I should upgrade this. I don't have enough steam supply to upgrade this. This is such a bottleneck. It's a really big issue. It's so slow. There wasn't a multi-block alloy smelter, was there? I don't think there was. Mixer, forge hammer, washer, centrifuge compressor. Yeah, there's no alloy smelter. So this is just going to be our bottleneck for now. There's no way really around it. So I got to wait for all that. I'll keep ore processing in the meantime. These coke ovens have to stay here for a bit. I'm going to keep using them until I run out of creosote in them. And then we can move them over to there. I'm going to have a lot of ovens, so we're going to be able to get charcoal going pretty quick because we have plenty of production. So that's kind of the thing right now. Run back and forth. Grab the stuff out of here. Remacerate it. And then keep going in a loop where I'm doing that to doing coke oven stuff. Chopping trees to refilling to steel. So we'll hit a critical mass at some point where I'm able to jump into LV. But for now, that's the gameplay loop. This is a pretty cool trick that I just found out about. So if you put a crafting station next to a water tank, it actually catches this GUI. So you can put your buckets in here. Shift-click the bucket out of here into your recipe. Super convenient. So I'll keep using that one. I moved things around a little bit if you didn't notice. The furnaces are all over here now. And the only real reason is that I just wanted them in a better location to my resource wall. I'll probably move again. I mean, it's super easy to move them, so. We'll keep going. So I was doing copper right there. My rubber is, for the most part, done. That's enough for now. And now we're just going to keep processing materials. I want another one of these. One is not enough, honestly. You get so many resources. This is going to take hours and hours to go through, even with 2 of them. Maybe if I had 4 of them, I'd be able to keep up. Like, I just have so much stuff. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 16 stacks of raw basaltic mineral sand. I was 1 vein. So there's going to be a problem with processing the sheer amount of resources because of the way that the raw ores drop now. Like, it's just so you get so much more out of the veins. So yeah, I don't even know what to do. We're gonna have to build more of those, I guess, and then more capacity for smelting. It's kind of awesome, actually. We're gonna accelerate the early game, I feel, or at least the resources in the early game. Especially once I get more of these online and I get a steam smelter online. That's gonna feel really good. Okay. So, ooh, I gotta get red alloy going. So now the trick with red alloy, or I guess the tricky part about it is what I was saying. Not redstone alloy. This is not cheap in terms of redstone. It's actually quite expensive. And I have none of it. Okay, so I gotta go mining. That's okay. Sorry, I needed something to do. Alright, so we're gonna go mine for redstone, and we're gonna get a ton of it. I am also working on the next thing that's important, which are worktables. So these guys are necessary in order to do the recipes for circuits and machines and things like that for each tier. Because it's annoying to remember the recipes. It's annoying to have to shift and like click around all the time. This will help us out a lot. I'm gonna make 4 of them to start. Likely gonna expand to more than that, so we'll see. Yeah, 4 is a good start for now. We're making tons of wood pulp, easy to make. Just macerating the spruce wood, which is essentially infinite. We'll make a little bit more than we need, and we will be good to go for a while. I don't know why, but it feels like my FOV like just zoomed in a whole lot. Like, I don't know, my head feels weird right now. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced something like that, but like it just feels like I'm way closer to my screen than I actually am. Like my brain is zoomed in for some reason. Just some thoughts. It's just, this game's driving me crazy already. I'm running back and forth doing repetitive tasks. It's like I'm working in like a factory line. I forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah, the bookshelves. We'll keep doing that. I'm working on the work tables. That's what I'm doing. Wow, okay, I didn't realize we were playing that kind of game. How do I get all this? Rubber pulp in a smelter? I mean, we can do that. That's not the end of the world. And then how many for a bucket? You're gonna tell me 1,000? Yo, you're crazy. I'm not doing that. Alright, I think I gotta go exploring. I'm not crafting books like that. That's absurd. See, like, this is more reasonable. Alright, I guess I gotta go. I know where a village is. I just gotta go there and hopefully have a bookshelf villager. Alright, so this roguelike I've been stealing from has a single bookshelf. That's kind of an L. I wonder if there's more if I go downstairs. I gotta take more bricks in this place. This is the mother load of bricks. I can use them to build too. Like if this goes as deep as like it looks like it does, oh my god, I'm gonna have so many. All right, I don't want to do this, but like it looks like my hand is being moved to having to do the roguelike dungeon. Okay, yeah, here's another bookshelf. Yeah, this is a way to do it. Actually, I needed the blue orchid really badly. I think I need more, but I needed that. I wonder if I can grow more just from that thing or not. But you need that for the rainbow curry for the healing axe. So, you know what? Maybe it is a good thing we're here. I don't want to be doing all this, though. Oh, these places make me nervous. I just flipped the lever. Yeah, this is awesome. Really good decision to go in here. Let's just see what we got. More books be like that. And I'm just gonna run for my life, I think. There's not many mobs here right now for some reason. I guess because I don't know, so there's actually a lot of light. Maybe that's the reasoning. But yeah, I'm just gonna try to scrounge up whatever books I can get. This is the way to do it for now. I managed to get 9 books, and you know what? I'm happy with that for now. That will do it. And I have a bronze ingot that I found, so we'll do that there. I also found a bunch of hoppers, so we can upgrade this without having to spend a bunch of iron, so we're happy. You know, actually, I'm never using the macerator again. You are retired, and you can be promoted. Okay. That's going to need the hopper on the top. This guy doesn't really need a hopper because the compressed blocks kind of just build up there, but we'll put it. All right, fully decked out, fully stacked. That's awesome. And we're still cooking these. Okay, I think I could add a couple more coke ovens. So let's go do that. Let me grab my wood, and I'll go do that. Actually, I'm out of wood, so that means we're going to chop something. You know, one thing I've always thought about... Let me see if it'll do it. No, it doesn't do it. But when you're trying to repair an item sometimes, when it's maybe on like 10% durability, when you put too many ingots, it actually lowers the durability. Next time I notice it, I'll record it, but maybe somebody knows how that works. I always found it a little bit interesting and a little bit annoying, but keeps you on your toes when you're repairing your tools. Alright, so obvious problem with these coke ovens now. These guys, I have too many of them. We're going to start building up creosote oil. So I need a way to get it out. And I know a way to get it out. It's just a matter of executing on it. So I'm going to need a minute to do all that. And you can actually do this without needing like any kind of technology. Like I can get these fully automated right now if I really wanted to. And I might want to. I don't really know. I think it'd be better to automate the fluid being stored and then disposed of because there's only so much creosote I could handle right now. So I think that avoiding some of it is a necessary evil for me to progress. But just some thoughts. You could actually burn it. I'm remembering like a quirk where when you're burning the creosote, something like it's better or more efficient to burn it in the bucket form as opposed to the liquid form. I don't remember. If somebody remembers, let me know. But I might search in the Discord for it, so I might already know the answer. But regardless, drop that comment because I appreciate them. And now we're going to do this. And I might as well take all these. Actually, I already did. Okay, cool. So we're in a good spot. And yeah, we're going to keep charcoal going. I should have a batch of steel done. Maybe even 2. I feel like I've been doing stuff for a long time. I gotta put slabs up to here so I don't waste as much hunger. Yeah, I'm almost on 2 batches. So that's plus 40 steel. It's gonna be plus 80. But the downside of that is I'm almost out of charcoal, so we gotta go, and get more charcoal in there. I think I'm meeting the production demand with all these right now, but I want to overextend over it because eventually I'm making cactus charcoal, which gives me a speed bonus for that. I literally had a bunch of charcoal in my inventory. I'm so stupid. I could have dropped it off while I was there. But I want to make cactus charcoal, and that has a speed bonus to it. I think it's like instead of 3,600 seconds, it's 2,400, which is a pretty significant speed increase. That goes from an hour down to like, what is that, 40 minutes? I'm not sure, but it's a big deal. I think it's worth doing. It's just I need to get crop sticks in a harvester or crop manager. I think I keep talking about it, but that's I'm excited about it because I want to try it out. Because I didn't know about the crop manager in my first couple playthroughs, but now I do. So armed with that knowledge, we're gonna do crazy shit. Is all I'm gonna say. And I will continue playing inventory sorting simulator, and we will keep crafting. The whole use the mortar to get flint is also annoying because one would think that, oh, if I use the mortar on the gravel, it becomes flint. If I throw it in the macerator, it'll become flint. No, it doesn't. It becomes stone dust. How does that make any sense? 10% chance of flint. I'm like, what? I don't really get that. But whatever. We'll keep making those things while I need this. I could use steel now. I'm like in a point where I don't mind dropping 6 steel to save a lot of iron, because it's only a matter of time that I get more steel. I don't know, I could be wrong on that. Alright, my work tables are done now. I'm really glad that Past Me made a whole bunch of extra screws. Thank you for that. And we're going to put them back in to use another time. And okay, I guess I'm chilling then. Let's put some stuff away. And I will gather my thoughts, and then we will continue to what's next. Guys, there's a zombie, like, in my walls. There he is. Bro, what? Oh my god. Okay. All right, well, we gotta torch that one. I was walking around, it started bothering me. I feel like he's been there a while. I'm sorry if you've been listening to that. I just noticed it, though. It took me quite a bit, I think. He's dealt with now, at least. I need more chests for just random junk. But that's beside the point. I did not decide what I'm doing yet, so let me continue thinking. Oh, we're already getting pollution over here. Yeah, this thing is rough. Maybe I should have... This is blasphemous, but maybe I should have crossed the chunk border with it, because you literally step in this chunk and it was foggy. It went away, but I saw it for a second. It's only been running like two hours almost. That thing's going to be non-stop, guys. We might have to address that, and by address that, I mean turn off pollution. But we're not sure about that yet. We're going to have to see. We will see. Maybe we could have a vote. Maybe I'll throw a community post up. Should I play a pollution on or off? Because I think you're allowed to in the Stargate rules. Not that I'm going to get to the Stargate, but like that's what I consider like the canon quote-unquote rule set for the pack, if you will. If you have thoughts about it, you could leave it down too in the comments. I do remember there being like discourse about it, or people were like, oh, they're going to rework pollution, so it's okay to disable it for now. Well, like that was years ago. Like they've had to have been working on that for a long time. And unless they came out with this update, there's been no updates on them that I've heard. I'm fine with it either way. I mean, it's probably an easy challenge to overcome, but an annoying one. Yeah, maybe it's worth discussion over it. All right, I'm gonna go mine my redstone now before I forget. So let me go find it. I got a lot of redstone. That's really good news because I'm gonna need a lot of ruby to transition to HV. And if I get a lot of that stockpiled ahead of time, I'm gonna have such a good time in like the end of MV, because that's really the main struggle is Chrome, which you get from ruby. So we'll be in a good spot. Okay, yeah, look, this is what I was talking about. So, okay, 3 ingots is gonna fully repair me, but like if I do something like this, it isn't fully repaired anymore. Like I need more ingots. Like something strange is going on. Never understood it. Alright, so a lot of red alloy is becoming instrumental to my plan at this point. So I'm processing as much redstone as I can. The other good news to processing a lot of redstone is that I can upgrade my tools quite a bit more, so kind of a double win. And the yield of the redstone vein, I was in there for like a couple minutes, and I got so much that I don't even know what to do with it now, because each of these is equal to 10. That's 640, and I got like 4 stacks of it in no time. Like, that's nuts. The fortune on the ores, I'm not over it. It's just, it changes the game so much. So it's a lot less grindy in the early game, once you have this, of course. But what I was getting at, I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, the red alloy. I'm gonna need a lot of it. Because, let me explain what I want to do. And this will probably be a next time thing, but we're gonna set the stage here. So for each coke oven, we have red alloy going up on these sides here, like a little cross probably. I don't know if I'll double this in this direction. Maybe I will, and have a pipe in the center. But basically, you want to put, let me go down there. You want to put sear drains with a redstone clock that automatically pulses them every once in a while. So the drains will, or the faucets, not the drains, my bad. The faucets will pulse, and they will actually empty out the entire buffer of creosote into a pipe if you route it correctly. And it sounds weird, but it works. And you've probably seen it. If you're watching it, you probably know these tricks. But then you just throw a hopper on the bottom and the top, route items to the hoppers, and then you can automate it with basically nothing. No technology. So basically what I have to do is move this up a block in order to get my hopper on the top for the wood. Actually, I don't even need the hopper on the top. I think I can hopper on the side, right? The in and out is always weird for these blocks that are early game, because they tend to try to make them annoying to automate. And let's test it though. I feel like I remember you had the hopper on the top, but I could be wrong. I could be completely off base, but I mean it's super easy to check, so let's get it done. That's probably the one block that I wouldn't want a hopper on. Oh yeah, that works fine. So we'll just have hoppers in the side somewhere, maybe like in the front here, like this, or something, you know? And then you just pipe items to it. And then the only thing you gotta do is have a barrel, so a drawer, with the hopper on the bottom, item pipes, and then they go where they gotta go. So I'll be working on that. And it should be pretty easy. How hard is it to make like a trash can of fluids? Okay, I need an assembler. So, I mean, we can make an iron tank for it. That's not a big deal. I gotta start processing my basaltic mineral sand. Because, good lord, we got a lot of it to go through. And this is taking forever. But we'll let it do its thing. So, I think I've reached, it's about that time in the episode. I don't feel like I did that much, even though I've scrapped a whole episode to start over, but like I can't keep the standards that high for what I want to do. I need to call it at some point. But I think we did really good today. We have increased our steel production by 4x, and I think we're in a really good spot where charcoal production is coming online. And our steam is, we're almost at the end of it, of the steam age. So most likely by next episode we'll be walking into LV. So that'll be fun. And yeah, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate the support I've been seeing lately. And I actually, as of recording this episode, I just hit 1,000 subscribers. So I don't know if there's going to be anything special for that, but I did not expect that so soon. The growth lately has been pretty crazy. So thank you guys a lot for all that. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day.